Everyone has to deal with stress, anxiety, and failure in their lives. Some people don't take into account how bad it is for their mental health when they don't deal with these concepts in a healthy way. My name is Laura Hume, and my speech is about self-deprecation, what it is, why people do it, and why it needs to stop. What is self-deprecation? The textbook definition of self-deprecation is modesty about criticism of oneself or the act of reprimanding oneself by belittling, undervaluing, or disparaging oneself, or being excessively modest. At its best, self-deprecation is used to relieve tension or stress in conversations, but at its worst, people use it to hurt themselves. Self-deprecation is a tricky trap to fall into. I am a person with many talents and I know this, but often I find myself belittling or criticizing myself when no one else is. I can take criticism from anyone, but for some reason the voice in my head tells me I'll never be good enough. The Washington Post says in an article about teen perfectionism that, in its unhealthiest forms, perfectionism can lead to eating disorders, depression, high blood pressure, and thoughts of suicide. Perfection is what led me to the self-deprecating mind I have today, and teens everywhere want to be the best versions of themselves. That's a difficult thing to do when you're constantly picking on yourself, so why do we do it? So imagine you're out at lunch with some of your best friends. They begin talking about the latest win they've had. It could be basketball, it could be making all-state band, it could be scoring a home run in a baseball game. It could be anything. One of your friends mentions how amazing you are at what you do. He or she goes on and on about your talent and your work ethic. So do you sit there and do you take it? Do you agree and do you add on? No, you don't want to sound like a jerk. So instead you say, oh, no. It's not that big of a deal. Or no, so-and-so is so much better than I am. This is a prime example of healthy and uplifting self-deprecation. Humans use self-deprecation to alleviate tension in a conversation and diminish pride when it's at its peak. When mastered, this simple art can save you from looking like a pompous idiot. What about bad self-deprecation, though? Let me give you an example. This year, I failed. Was I a failure? No. But did I fail? Yes. I played the French horn. It's an easy instrument to learn, but it's extremely difficult to master. I'm the daughter of a band director, so of course I want to impress him, and I don't want to disappoint my dad. I tried out for All-State for the second time after making it last year, and I did not succeed. And it took me until now to realize that there's nothing I can do about it. The voice in my head has thrown everything she can at me. I repeatedly told myself I wasn't good enough, I needed to quit, I was a disappointment, everything I do is a failure. I even started irrationally pointing out physical things in my life that were bad. Can you even imagine thinking that the way your chin and nose look could be the reason you didn't make a team you wanted so badly to join? This is negative self-deprecation, and it sucks. The instinct to self-deprecate in times of stress comes from a complete lack of self-worth, or it does for me anyway. It's easier to impress people when their expectation of you is low. I struggle with identity and worth big time, and this is a trend amongst most people my age. We need a solution, and it begins with awareness. According to Jessamy Hibbard, a clinical psychologist and author of This Book Will, explains that harmless jabs at yourself means you are focusing on the reasons why you're not doing well, and you're accepting negative commentary. This is why this will have a negative impact on your mood, health, and future capabilities. Being aware of the hurtful words you tell yourself can help you recognize when you do it and why you do it. Stopping this horrible trend of self-hate can make the future generation happy, healthy, and more equipped to deal with failure and frustration. What you say on the outside feeds what's going on the inside. I know that being positive isn't popular, it never is, but I think that if teenagers could lighten up a little on themselves, they could be more successful in their lifetime journey of achieving perfection.